It's like for a while now, people have been saying, "Hey, you should invest. It's a long, slow game," and people are like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then you
Boring.
get this thing that has no value, and it's shooting up, and people are like, "Oh, they opening up accounts. They're like, oh, I'm finna do this," and this motivates people to invest their money. Everybody knows that you should invest. Everybody knows that at this point,
Yep.
but most people are not motivated to do it because of the fact that it's delayed gratification. And because they saw something that looked like instant gratification, they were motivated to do it.
Disclaimer: the insights and opinions shared on this show are for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before making any financial decisions, we recommend consulting with a qualified professional to better understand your unique financial situation. Welcome to the Investors Playbook Show, where our mission is clear: empowerment through financial education. We firmly believe that financial freedom isn't a privilege, it's a right that's available to everybody. Each week, we dive deep into the world of finances, breaking down complex topics and making them accessible and actionable for everyone. As we grow this community, we invite you to join us on this journey. Why tune in? Because together, we're not just learning about wealth, we're building a movement, reshaping futures, and proving that with the right knowledge, financial success is within everyone's reach. It's time to get off the sidelines. Let's go.
Welcome to Investors Playbook, episode 38. I'm Cornell Rowan.
I'm Deshaun Edwards, and we got another amazing episode for y'all. But first, let's get into some announcements. All right, let's not forget, InvestFest is coming up. Investors Playbook will be at InvestFest. We will be present. So if you are attending InvestFest and in Atlanta, Georgia, please come pull up on us. All right. We got some signed books for you. We got some financial literacy. It's gonna be a good time for sure. Hey, Cornell, you want to add anything to that before?
Man, I know this is something that I'm really looking forward to. I follow On Your Leisure. I love what they're doing. I love how they're putting on black businesses also. So definitely come by the vendor marketplace. We're gonna have some activities for people. We're gonna engage with the people there. So make sure you come check us out. We love to have a conversation with you. You might learn something that'll change your life. So definitely come see us. And yeah, Invest Fest, excited for it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's the goal, man. We want to educate, we want to teach. Also, we have a Facebook group. If you have not heard, it's growing, bro. Like it's growing pretty rapidly. So, if you're interested, you can find the link to the Facebook group on any of our platforms, Instagram, the website, or just search Investors Playbook LLC on Facebook. You'll see the group. Join. We're doing the same thing, man. Dropping knowledge every single day. Talking about different financial topics, whether they're recent or just interesting topics. So all that's going to be on the Facebook group. We're just going to continue to grow that. Have the people that join engage amongst each other, right? That's the ultimate goal, is to have it to where the group is guided, but also self-sustainable, right? We want to have people conversing and talking to each other about financial topics, issues, problems, goals, especially goals, right? Goals are really important. So come join the Facebook group, man. We just want to facilitate, but at the same time, just like with everything we do, we want to educate ultimately. hmm But yeah, man, go ahead.
No, no, I was just saying for
Oh,
sure.
okay. All right, man. So look, let's dig into the meat of this episode. Um, Recently, meme stocks, yes, meme stocks have did quite a number, but that's what they do, right? They are quiet, and then they just come out of nowhere, and then they have everyone's attention. More recently, you've seen GameStop, AMC do some wild numbers, all right? And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Um, but also, we're going to talk about what meme stocks even are. How did they even become, and how you should kind of go about using your judgment when it comes to investing or trading, however you handle meme stocks, how you should use your judgment when it comes to following these meme traders, these meme investors. Because as we always say, right, you have to make sure that you use sound judgment. So we're gonna dig into that this episode. But yeah, man. First things first, bro. What exactly is a meme stock, man? Like how? Go ahead.
So a meme stock, basically the value of these increase based off of hype. rather than actual performance of the business. And
Mhm.
see, I have a love hate relationship with this because if you ask people that don't really invest but they've tried it, when you ask them, it's like, I didn't I don't invest anymore because I got burned. I feel like it's gambling. And then you ask them what they invested in, they tell you like AMC or Dogecoin. It's the first that I hear that the most,
Yeah,
right? So what it does is it deters people from continuing to invest because their first taste of investing went bad because
right.
they're investing in things that have been hyped that have no value, and then it ends up plummeting and they're still in it because they don't know to get out.
Hmm. They think it's gonna go forever to the moon. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Yeah,
it's so it was so easy. Well, because 2020 was already like a crazy year for everyone, and then that is when a lot of people got introduced to the stock market because of everything that was happening in the world. Um, a lot of people started just kind of talking more about the importance of investing, the importance of learning how to use these platforms like Robinhood, like Fidelity. And then that next year, 21, is when you're seeing people making tons of money off of these meme stocks, right? And people have had experience in the stock market for less than a year. So now they're seeing, oh, they're making all this money off of these stocks. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, just like you said. They end up following the trend, and just in a couple months, like GameStop exploded to 324 dollars.
so-
And go ahead, you got the exact numbers, right?
something like that. But yeah, I have the number after the split. So GameStop exploded. 300. So last time it went all the way up to $81.25, January of 2021. Uh, Currently GameStop is $22.21.
Mhm.
So you can see how GameStop exploded, as you said. Um, and and remember these numbers are after the split. So when a stock splits, there's a higher number of shares, but the price seems lower. So it's equivalent to what Deshaun said, which was $320 or somewhere around there,
Right.
right?
It did a 4-for-1 split, basically. So you multiply that highest number in January, I think it was 88. Multiply that by four. That's how much. That's what people were seeing. That's the number people were seeing in 2021, the 300. But it did do the split. I think last in 22, it did a split 4-for-1. So that's why if you were to check the stock price now, the highest you're going to see is $88. But remember, in 2021,
81. Right.
$81. But you got to remember in 2021, the stock had not split yet. So the value that people saw was $300. Let's just to put some context, like you said,
Right.
behind, because I feel like people are going to watch this episode. They're going to go check. Like GameStop didn't go up to $300. It only went to 88. The reason why you're seeing that is because the stock split in 2022, a 4-for-1, meaning that it it increased the amount of shares, decreased the value of those shares. So I said that right, right?
Yeah, they increased the
Oh,
amount of shares, so each
okay.
share decreased in value. Right.
Yeah.
So if you had one share of GameStop and say it was $100, right? And then it's split into four. Now you have four shares of GameStop, and each one is worth $25.
There you
So
go.
that's how that works. So back to what Deshaun was saying. GameStop, and I'm going to speak in terms of after the split. GameStop exploded to $81.25 January 2021, and then it went all the way down back down currently to the $22.21 that it is now. So these meme stocks are good for getting quick returns, right? But you have to know when a company does not have real value. When is
Hmm.
the last time you've been to a GameStop, and what's the point of going to a GameStop? Now everything's online. You don't need GameStop. It's irrelevant. And if you actually like go into their balance sheet and look at their profit margins, GameStop is making 13 cents for every $100 they make, which is
Hmm.
next to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like you said, man, real value of stocks. But I think when you talk about meme stocks in general, you got to think about the reason why meme stocks even became meme stocks, right? The whole point of it was, and this is probably another episode. Like we could talk about that one on another episode, but it was to basically combat like hedge funds. That was the main topic of it, right? Like
Yeah.
we wanted, well, I say we, but as retail investors, there was a discrepancy in hedge funds shorting stocks, making tons of money, and there was almost like this cult-like following, right, on these different platforms like Twitter, especially on Reddit, right, Wall Street
Hmm.
Bets to be specific, like that profile or that group. Um, they pretty much did like a coordinated attack on making sure that this stock pumped up in an effort to make money, but also make sure that hedge funds lost money because there was a big short on these stocks like AMC, like GameStop, pretty much the companies that got hit really hard and pretty and didn't really have a sign of recovering um, after COVID. Because, like you said, GameStop is a company that already had a dying business model, right? And they never switched. They never was like, let's, because they, I mean, how could they? Because at this point, game systems were putting their own games on their platform. I don't even know what GameStop could have done, to be honest. But
But even if there's nothing they could have done, why continue to to go this route?
cause you gotta
To-
believe, man. Like the rapper said. No, I'm just
You got to be realistic.
I'm
You
just
got you got to be realistic, man.
nah, yeah. It's a model that even if COVID didn't happen, I think it's a model that doesn't stand the test of time, right? Like every retail store ended up creating some form of online business. Walmart online, pretty much every store you can purchase things online, go pick it up. This not where you have to buy it in the store. And maybe GameStop did have a you can buy it online and go pick it up, but why would you do that when you can stay at home, right? And then just purchase it on the game system, not even need a disc. You don't got to keep up with nothing. So yeah, it's like,
Mm.
and then the same thing with AMC. Just like how all of these movies, well, what with COVID, AMC kind of almost got wiped out many times, like because you can't do that. Well, you couldn't do that in 2020. You could not congregate in large spaces, so their company literally couldn't do anything, right? Their best hope was probably to work with some of the different streaming platforms and maybe make it, but either way, two
Right.
companies that were not doing very well and didn't really have a sign of recovering were being heavily shorted. And retail investors said, let's invest in these stocks collectively, pump it up, make a bunch of money. And I know that's like the short version of it. It goes like a lot deeper, but that's initially how meme stocks even like started becoming so popular because they know that these companies aren't really generating a huge revenue. It's just their decision was to make money strictly off hype, like strictly off of creating a following and then just collectively making this huge change. It's almost like the um the story of like an ant can do a thing by itself, but like a thousand can make big changes. And that's exactly what happened. Like they made a movie off of this too. I don't know if you've seen it, The Big Short, but
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I have
yeah.
not.
But yeah, that's kind of how meme stocks became. And then since then they've had their rise, their fall, and then their following who believed in meme stocks like to the well, sometimes to their detriment because people have lost a lot of money on meme stocks. People have made a lot of money on meme stocks. But ultimately, what we're trying to say is, regardless of what these meme stocks are saying or how much is being pumped up, please make sure that you are researching any stock you invest in, but especially something like a company that, and when you just think about it, a company that you feel might not even be doing well, just think about their business model. Yeah, are they making money? Um, and that's where you got to kind of make that decision, right? Use your own judgment. So, yeah,
And I feel like it's not even about thinking about it. Just look at the balance sheet. These are
Oh,
public
that too.
companies, so that means they actually come out with earnings quarterly. So with
Hmm.
AMC went up to $261.44 January of 2021. So this was the same time as GameStop when GameStop went up. Now it's currently at $4.40. AMC has a net profit margin of -6%. So that means for every $100 they make, they're losing $6.
Hmm.
They're negative. They're a dying business, but yet it's being pumped. You see what I'm saying? Then people invest in it because they see that it's going up instead of looking at the value of the actual company. Like, is this company really making money? Instead of
Right.
looking into that, and this is where the issue happens. This
Hmm.
is where people get discouraged in investing. They think it's gambling because they just had improper guidance. So I hope that people are seeing this and saying, okay, I need to look further into these companies. It's okay to invest. Investing isn't like gambling. I just made a poor choice because of what I saw. So I'm hoping that this will change people's view.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely needs to. Because like you said earlier, people have a lot of people's initial taste of investing is this, right? They open up Robinhood accounts just so that they can invest in these meme stocks because they're hearing their friends talk about how much money they're making. And it's like at that point, it's too late. Sometimes. If you bought AMC after it went up to $200, I mean, I don't know if it will ever go back up to there, but yeah, that was a extremely inflated price based on hype and like I mentioned earlier, just the following. And it was almost like a mission, right? The goal of it was to make the stock go that high. So will people do that again? Either way, the point is to invest in companies that you've done your own research on that makes sense to invest in. Um, because yeah, you don't want to pretty much gamble or YOLO your investment. You don't want to YOLO the money that you worked hard for that you're putting into the stock market. So um, look more into companies that are a lot more reputable, right? Recommendations. Of course, you can do what you want with your money. If you think meme stocks are going to make you a millionaire, cool. But there's a safer, a more strategic way to do it. They're just hoping that a bunch of other people will also, make this stock go up. And then I guess another thing that I wanted to ask is because it went up recently, like what caused this resurgence of the meme stocks?
so there's actually a Twitter handle
Hmm.
um, called Roaring Kitty. All he did was posted a picture of a guy playing video games sitting up, and everyone went crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this guy has been dormant since 2021, where these meme stocks exploded.
Hmm.
So now seeing him, everybody's like, for one, he's playing a video game. That means like that set has GameStop all over it. You see
It
what I'm
does.
saying? Then he set it up. Basically, to me, that says, "Hey, it's go time." You see what I'm saying? So I guess everybody was took it the same way because it's kind of like an obvious signal,
Hmm.
and then they just bought up GameStop. GameStop went up as much as 306% the week of May 13th,
Right.
which is insane off of a tweet. The type of influence that this guy has is crazy.
Yeah. For real. It's wild, man. And I won't even like try and flex for the episode. I was definitely trading AMC back in 2021, right? I'm not even gonna try and play like I wasn't. But that's when I learned and figured out, hey, this is something that I have to, if I am doing it, um, this is not something that you would put your money that you're gonna miss, right? And you're not gonna put that into this type of investment, into this type of stock. This is money that you are willing to lose. Um, because there is no, I mean, there's no guarantee period when you're investing or when you're playing, when you're trading, when you're doing options. There is no guarantee. Um,
And, and
there are
also
things that
people
are more favorable, right? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
and also people need to know that it's not a long-term investment. It's
Yeah,
definitely short term. When you have
yeah,
these things where people are inflating it off hype, just know is yeah, you can make some serious money, but know that it's short term and you need an exit plan
yes,
because it's
very.
if you stay in there, you're going to lose money. It
Hmm.
just is what it is. It's a business with no value. What do you expect to get out of it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the realistic part of it. I think people were hoping that it would just go up forever, right? And I feel like now a lot of people are bag holders from 2021 still when they bought into AMC and GameStop, hoping that it'll go back up. And I mean, May 13th, that week, it was definitely a, oh shoot, my money is starting to come back. But as fast as it went up, it went right back down. You feel me? AMC went from, I don't know exactly where it was at, but it went up to almost $10. Now it's back down to like 4. So yeah, it's not a long-term investment. Like you said, there is a way to make money off of it, but there's also more long-term ways to make money. You feel me? Using more stable ways to make money. So yeah, definitely. Just definitely be wary if you're gonna go down this meme stock route. Same with Dogecoin. That's another one that caught a lot of people. I think it was like 2021 around that time, but it might have been a little bit later.
It was 2021. It was in May, so it was same
Uh,
year, just a little later into
a little
2020.
later. Yeah, so that's another one. Bitcoin already is one of those topics. I mean, sorry, not Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency is already one of those topics where it's like, what exactly is this? People don't fully understand it. But the same example, everyone is talking about this Dogecoin. People are making money off of it. People somehow find a way to purchase Dogecoin after opening up this crypto wallet and then transferring money to here. And then now they're stuck holding Dogecoin because they purchased it when it was at its height. And yeah, they're just kind of bag holding it now. Go
You
ahead.
know what I think the real issue is?
Mhm.
It's like for a while now, people have been saying, "Hey, you should invest. It's a long, slow game," and people are like, "No, I don't want to do that."
It's
And then you
boring.
get this thing that has no value and it's shooting up, and people are like, "Oh, they opening up accounts. They're like, oh, I'm finna do this," and this motivates people to invest their money. Everybody knows that you should invest. Everybody knows that at this point,
Yep.
but most people are not motivated to do it because of the fact that it's delayed gratification.
Hmm.
And because they saw something that looked like instant gratification, they were motivated to do it.
That's the
And
word right there, man.
people
Instant
have
gratification.
to, yeah, people have to
Instant.
realize the best things come after discipline, waiting, patience, and that you need those things in order to get the better things in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had this conversation with someone yesterday, actually. Um, we were talking about balance because it's okay to do the things that you like as long as there's balance and you're able to invest, do the other things on the other side. But a lot of people are coming out of school, they're getting their dream car at the beginning, they're getting their dream, like they're living in their dream apartment at the beginning. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to slow down. You're going to get to where you want to be, and you'll be in an even better position if you just have a little patience. You don't need everything right now.
Hmm. Yeah. And another thing, like, I know people say that investing is boring. And my thoughts are, it's like, all right, you put money into. I personally don't think investing is boring. I think it's cool to like slowly see your account grow, like personally. Um, it's not as immediate as like putting in some money and then by the end of the week your money went up 50%. Cool. But it's also very exciting in a negative way to put money in and see your account go negative 50%. You know what I mean? So I I think that when people talk about how boring investing is, I don't even think that for me, it's not the act of putting money into an account and then like watching it, like watching paint dry. For them, I think when they say boring, they're just talking about it takes too long, right? Like you don't have to sit there and watch your account go up. If that's boring, then put money in and go run outside. Go do something fun. You don't have to do that thing. Investing is not. It's a lot less. You have to put a lot less time and effort into investing than you would trading, which is something you have to do on a daily, hourly, even really like sometimes by the minute basis, right? Some people trade that they just sit, they wake up 6:30 my time and they sit at their computer and that is their 6:30 to 1 job. They're buying and selling every single day. And then after that, they're looking at the aftermarket. Before that, they're looking at the pre-market. Um, and that can be exciting, but it's also very time consuming. And it's not, you can't really predict the market. We say this a lot too. Time in, not timing. Very different. So when people talk about investing is boring, I'm like, are you, by investing, do you mean you put money into an account and you just wait for it to go up some amount of money? Is that why you think it's boring? Or is it just taking too long to grow? You know?
And really, if people want it, of course the results won't be the same, but really investing would take no time. All you have
Mhm.
to do is put automatic payments into the S&P 500. Yeah, it's not it doesn't gain the most, but it's going to gain more, a lot more than that savings account. It's
Oh
going to
yeah.
gain a lot more than that money under your mattress or
Which
in
is
your,
which is decreasing, really. The money
right.
under your mattress is losing money. But yeah.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is to just start, be consistent, and if you put it on auto pay, it's going to be consistent for you. You don't even have to think about it. So as Sean said, it's probably not people watching it that they think boring. They just it's not fast enough. It's too
Mhm.
delayed. The gratification is too delayed, and we have to work on that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man, definitely. Um, but yeah, man. So back to meme stocks. They Meme stocks are fun. They're a thrill, right? You 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 see some money like, or you see a company just increase 300% in like 3 days, and it's like, what? This is crazy news. It's not normal. It's not regular. Seeing stocks or companies again that don't really have much value for some reason just increasing drastically because of a tweet or an X. I don't even know what you call it now, but
Mm.
because because of because of one person's influence is what I mean. Um, and it's exciting. It's very thrilling, and you want to be part of that. You want to be part of the people who make money in a week. Um, but everything we've said in this episode is pretty much like, yeah, if you want to trade that, if you want to get involved with that, then that is a personal decision. But there is a much safer, there is a much slower, but more sustainable way to use that same money and you know have it increase over time. You know what I mean? So not like, again, I'm not like knocking anyone that does trade meme stocks. I traded meme stocks back in the day. Um, but don't let that be your only taste of investing in the stock market. Like, get involved in these other more reputable companies, and just have your money grow a bit slower. Have fun if you choose to do that. I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm not trying to like knock anyone, but you got to make sure that you are realistic when it comes to finances. Money does not come that fast. It just doesn't pop out of thin air and remain sustainable, right? So
Yeah, I
yeah,
personally think it's good to have, like, it's okay to do those things, but just have a foundation.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like, have that nest egg that's accumulating more long term gains, and then you can play with a little bit of money um when it comes to like meme stocks and things like that. But don't sit here and bet 50% of your portfolio on meme stocks. Like, I wouldn't play with more than 5%, to be
Mhm,
honest.
mhm. Yeah, because I mean, when you think about, I don't know if well, no, it's not really the same comparison, but meme stocks to me, playing them almost feel a bit like trading options with like a really short window, like a quick expiration date, because you can't influence that stock to go anyway. right? You don't know what's going to happen with it. So when you put a bunch of money into something that can literally deplete like all your funds, your options can like really erase your money. Like it can just throw it in the trash can.
Real easily.
Gone. Delete. Like not
real, real,
hold it away. It can delete your money and then empty the recycle bin. Like it's done. You
really
feel me?
easy. And then
Yeah,
once it's gone, it's gone. And there is
it's
no,
gone,
oh,
bro.
I made a mistake.
There's no
There's
I'm
no
a hold and wait. No, bro. Your expiration date has passed or it's coming up. Yeah, bro. Yeah, your theta is not the theta is not in your favor. The time is over with. You don't have time. You bought it too far out the money, or you tried to strength. Or either way, like those type of trades, those type of investments, you just got to make sure that you're not putting tons of money into things that can just wipe out your account, right? As they call it, like blowing up your account. So meme stocks again, fun, but just make sure that you have a foundation. I think that's a really good word that you use, Cornell. Make sure you have a foundation when it comes to investing in the stock market. And don't let this be your only taste of investing because investing, you can make a lot of money off of it. And at the end of the day, if you go back and if you look like the past 2 years, or I guess it happened in 2021, right? When everybody was doing the meme investing. That was
yeah,
3 years ago. Look at the spot 3 years ago and how much it increased. You feel me? So SPY, the QQQ, any of these stocks that are like businesses that people use on a regular, and how much they've grown since January of 2021, right? And that's how much money, if investing in those, you could have had. I'm not saying that you didn't invest in those and meme stocks, but yeah, just look at that. The stocks that are have a bit more reputation to them, that hold a bit more true to their value, right? But yeah, man.
for sure.
Hmm.
For sure. So yeah, definitely just be careful out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, you can find us at Investors Playbook LLC on all social media platforms, including YouTube. And you can find us on our website, www.investorsplaybookllc.com. Check us out. Please join the Facebook community. This is a place where we want people to just be to come in, talk about their finances, and converse amongst the other members. We want it to be a community and a thriving community where everybody's benefiting.
Yeah, and we don't really ask it a lot, right? But if you're watching this on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, share it with a friend. You know what I mean? We're really trying to get the word out. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, then rate us. Tell us how we did. Give
Five
us 5
stars.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Give us 5 stars. We gonna not. We gonna problem. Nah,
Nah, for real though.
yeah,
Five stars.
yeah. No, dead serious. We're not playing. We need this 5 Nah, but like you said, Cornell, man. As always, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. We gonna catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace out.